Hello, 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 everybody. Welcome into Transformational Tarot. We're going live on Tuesdays and Thursdays at 12 p.m. Eastern on a weekly basis, my loves. Sarah, hello. Thanks for showing up. Thanks for showing up, my love. Always appreciate it. So I'm actually just going to go ahead and get right after it. I like to break up my readings into three parts: Oracle, initial tarot spread, and clarifications. And if I feel called to at the end after tarot guidance, I may pull additional Oracle as we go through. I'm just kind of like going off of what I'm being called to do. So with that being said, my loves, these are timeless readings. Okay. So no matter when you're seeing this in your algorithm, that means that there may be a message in here for you, but I am tapping into universal consciousness. So keep in mind that not every energy thread or storyline thread is going to be for you. So just take what truly resonates and leave the rest on the table for other people. All right, my loves. So without further ado, I feel like you guys have been busy beavers. I've got beaver spirit. My first oracle card that came through, I asked spirit, what is the overview? I like to tap into the overview, like a big overview of what the tarot reading is going to dive into a little bit deeper. And so beaver spirit came out. It's all about laying a solid foundation. I feel like a lot of you, for some of you, have been really, really busy at trying to figure out what to co-create, figure out what to build. Some of you are truly taking your time and you are building from a place of like worthiness and like a place of like really answering your soul's calling, right? Whereas I feel like for others of you, that's laying a foundation, that's laying a solid foundation, taking things slow and steady, right? Building it methodically, not being in a rush. You know what I mean? And then for others of you, I was hearing while I was shuffling, while I was preparing for this, I heard rigid, and then I heard inflexible, and then I heard, and this is very specific. So again, I heard, "You're right, Ashley. You're right, Ashley." So if there's an Ashley out there, or an Ashley, you're spot on, Ashley, whatever it is that you're thinking. But I feel like some of you out there are growing impatient. Your manifestations, whatever it is that you're trying to build, whatever, if it's a project, it's a side gig, something at work, maybe something within a relationship, right? It could be a friendship, a romantic relationship, whatever that resonates for you. It's like, I feel like you're like, why isn't this happening? Why isn't this happening? And I feel like patience, young Daniel's son, is coming through. The second card, wait. So it's like, I feel like this is definitely in reference to those of you that are like waiting for guidance. Like, I feel like you've been asking spirit, what's my next move? What's the step? Why isn't this happening? What's going on? Again, take what resonates. But I feel like spirit's like, the message is very, very strong for me. It's like, it's not time to take action right now. It's time to kick back and give yourself permission to just be. Give yourself permission to rest. Okay. Whatever rest means for you, a nap, curling up with a good book and a spot of tea, or some type of restful activity, diving into your creative juices, right? Sketching, creating, whatever, writing. But things are actually being worked out in the divine realm for you. You know what I mean? Like when you ask for something, when you pray for that guidance, when you pray for an answer or direction or confirmation or clarification, it takes a minute. Sometimes it doesn't come instantly because sometimes no answer is an answer. It's a call for you not to act. Do you know what I'm saying? And I know that that's hard to do. I know that that's hard to do in this day and age because it's like, we live in a world, this material plane, where, instant gratification has reigned supreme for so long. It's like we have access to information like we've never had before with just the internet alone. You know what I mean? So it's like, I feel like spirit is like, especially with um, this recent transition Pluto going from Capricorn to Aquarius. It's like I'm hearing from other readers, I'm hearing from other people that identify out there as light workers or star seeds, that not everybody is slipping into this in a very easy, smooth way. I will admit, I will confess, this is me being vulnerable. Like I have like 5 aqua placements, Aquarius Sun and like Aquarius Venus. There's other placements as well in my natal chart. And so I thought, man, I've been doing the depth work. I'm going to slide right into this transition like easy peasy. And yes, there's been moments where it's like, hell yeah, I'm raking this energy up. It's delicious. And then there's other moments where it's like, holy crap, I feel like I literally just got towered out like 3 times, and I have been. Tower, 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 tower. It's like all of this massive amounts of light being just like the earth just being pummeled with all of this wonderful, delicious, divine light because the energies are shifting. And it's a totally going from very heavy, heavy, heavy Capricorn energy to extremely light and airy and buoyant, Aquarius, right? It's complete opposites, polar opposite. So it's like, I feel like when it's saying rest, if you feel called to rest and you're not giving yourself permission to sleep, please do it. I slept for 10 hours. I slept for 10 hours last night, and I never do that. Look at the bags under my eyes. Like I can't even hide it. Look at me. That's from crying. Because, and again, this is a vulnerable share, and I'm not trying to make this about me, but I feel like maybe some of you need to hear this, especially us air signs don't normally live in our heart space. We live up in our heads mainly. And, that's one of my lessons I'm going through right now is to give myself permission to feel the feelings that I need to feel. A lot of this light that's being filtered onto the earth, onto all of us, it's bringing up like inner child healing. It's bringing up these shadows, these feelings, these emotions that we've been running from, that we've been suppressing, right? Maybe a lot of you out there may resonate with, hey, you weren't allowed to speak when you were growing up. You weren't allowed to express your emotions. It was made to feel like, buckle up, buttercup, suck it up. This is how we get through it. This is how we do things. And it's like, no, there's nothing wrong with your sensitivity. There's nothing wrong with feeling your emotions. It's like some of us are destined to feel our emotions because that's where co-creation comes from. That's where your skills and your abilities and your capabilities will shine through when you allow your truest self to come through and be seen. All of it, all of you, the dark and the light. Guess what? You're going to be able to co-create and bring forth things that are going to be so meaningful and impactful, not just for you, but for so many others. You know what I mean? And so something else that was coming through on this, and then I'm going to move into the tarot. I was walking on the beach this morning. That's how I ground. That's how I ground myself in every single morning, get my bare feet on the sand and really just try to anchor into being in the present and not, hunkered down in the past or worried about what's going to happen next in the future. Right. And I was looking at all the seashells, just literally thousands of them scattered all across the shore. And I thought to myself, wow, look how absolutely beautiful these seashells are. They come in all different shapes and sizes. Some are broken into pieces. Some are hacked. Some have, rigid edges. Some are smooth. It's like, I thought to myself, man, they all have their own individual stories that they bring with them about their journey from being in the ocean, you know, coming, like how they've made themselves on the shore and washed ashore, right? And it made me feel like, wow, this is like giving me vibes of how everybody is human beings. We all come in different shapes and sizes. We all come with our own unique stories about the journeys that we've been on. And we're all perfectly imperfect is what came through. And we all have our own unique 12:21 on the clock. I love that kind of shit. Just thought somebody wanted to hear that. But it's like we all bring our own unique gifts, our own unique skills, and our own unique capabilities and paths to the table. And what came through was that there is something for everyone out there. The universe that Great Spirit created is truly, truly immaculate and abundant. And there is plenty of abundance out there for all of us. There is plenty of prosperity out there for all of us. There is plenty of the good out there and for all of us, and love in all of its forms and all different types of relationships. It is already there, but it is up to each of us to retrieve it and receive it. And I feel like it really starts with honoring that, when someone resonates with me or with you, or they don't resonate with you, not to let the thief of comparison steal away the joy of the situation or block you from a relationship or an experience that you could really truly benefit from. And then in turn, through your benefit, it's a ripple effect. It can spread out to everybody else, just like the waves of the ocean. You know what I'm saying? It's like, when I can honor and respect every single seashell for what it is, but I resonate very, very deeply to the shells that look like angel wings and to the shells that are in the shape of hearts. Because for me, on a spiritual level, it makes me feel connected to the divine realm. And identifying as a light work and starseed, like my whole life I felt like I don't belong here. And I think so many of us felt that. I don't belong here. I don't belong on this earth. I want to go home. I'm homesick for a place I don't even know where the hell it is, you know? And so if that's you, I see you and I feel you and I love you. But the point of the whole matter of it is that we just need to understand that when somebody doesn't resonate with us, when we have to let go of people, places, environments, and things, it's not anything personal, whether they're letting go of us or we're letting go of them. It's nothing personal. It's literally a matter of alignment and resonance. Does that person resonate with my energy? Are they here? Is it going to serve a purpose? Because there is a purpose in everything. There is a purpose in desirable feelings and emotions and undesirable feelings and emotions. I feel like I'm rambling, but like anyway, the whole point of the matter is if we could just get to a place, I feel like somebody out there needs to hear it. If we could all just get to a place where we can honor and respect each other for the journey that they've been on, for the story that they have to share, for their unique skills and capabilities and talents, and not be threatened by it, but embrace it. And that doesn't necessarily mean that there's a resonance or a commonality, but there is one commonality, is that we are all connected on some level, shape, or form. No one is ever truly alone. So it really just brought me back into the circle of really truly realizing that I really truly love and care about all of my brothers and sisters on this planet. And we don't have to agree. We don't have to agree on everything. But man, wouldn't it be wonderful if we could stop being judgmental of each other and stop being hypercritical and stop being feeling defensive and just really truly honor each other and love each other and say, "Hey man, I see you. I see you. We don't have to agree, but we can still be friends. I can still respect you," right? So anyway, enough of that, my love. I love it. There's enough for each shell out there. No need for anyone to be empty. Absolutely. Absolutely. No need for anyone to be empty. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and leave this oracle version here. Let's get into it with the tarot, my loves, and see what wants to come through. Again, these are timeless readings. Take what resonates and leave the rest behind. Always appreciate a like, a follow, and a share if you feel called to. Always love to hear what resonates for you. Please share with this community. We're building an all-inclusive, loving, kind, safe community, my loves. Okay. So, all right, Spirit, we're going to do a horseshoe spread. The horseshoe spread, my loves, is going to address the past, what's been going on for you in the last 2 to 4 weeks, maybe. Again, this is timeless. What's happening right now in the present whenever you're watching this, and the future, it's going to address what's coming in for you, what's unfolding for you in the next 2 to 4 weeks. Okay, my loves? So Spirit, what do the viewers of Into the Bliss 1717, what do they want to know about right now? Please and thank you for their best, most blessed, and highest. Would be curious to see if there's an Ashley out there that watches this. If you're out there, Ashley, I'd love to hear how that resonated for you. Page of Cups just came out as the collective's energy, and then I've got the Page of Swords in the past and the Nine of Wands in the past. Interesting. What's coming in the future, the present and the future for our beautiful, beautiful viewers, please and thank you. 3, 2, and 1. Awesome. I got the Ace of Pentacles laying down the present with the Empress. Ooh, I like that. I like it. I like it a lot. And in the future, ooh, Death card, Pluto showing up, Scorpio energy, and the Knight of Wands. All right. Now I like to go with an overarching energy. Ooh, overarching energy, Eight of Swords. We'll get information on that. Back end energy is what we're dealing with. It's contributing to the whole reading. Judgment, Tower, and the Eight of Wands. Okay, well, considering what I was just talking about, it makes absolute perfect sense. Let me just have a quick drinksy poo. Also, guys, for those that are watching the replay, I will have timestamps, or if you want to ever rewatch something, I will have timestamps on the oracle section, the tarot section, and the clarification. And if I do any type of an oracle at the end, I'll timestamp that as well. Okay, so right off the cuff, I definitely feel like I said earlier, I feel like a lot of you are feeling stuck, overarching energy. You're feeling stuck right now, or you were feeling stuck in the past. Perhaps you're still feeling stuck right now because you're waiting for those answers. You're waiting for that answer on something. You're waiting for guidance. Maybe you're waiting. Some of you, I feel like you're waiting on answers on something to do with work, on something to do with your career, your job. Some of you are waiting on an answer for someone. I don't know, like I heard a trip. I'm also hearing like a romantic situation, right? I feel like Page of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, Death card coming down this energy. It's interesting. Yeah, I feel like for some of you, being up in your head with the Page of Swords, being up in your head, like not in your heart. And like, I feel like it's almost like a way of blocking or resisting. For others of you, I feel like in the past, you were dealing with a situation of like, I feel like you were dealing with a situation of some type of gossip. Some type of gossip. I heard shit talk. Hold on. It's like, okay, in the past, you were definitely up in your head. I feel like there was a lot of defensiveness, a lot of being on guard about something, like not wanting to let your guard down on something. Also, really, really being up there. The Page of Cups, I feel like, is about in that situation letting your inner child come out and play. I feel like to distract that inner voice, to distract the inner voice that's making you feel like you're stuck, that's making you feel like you can't move forward. For some of you, procrastinating about something, or like I'm picking up on like a stubbornness because you're not getting your way on something. But I feel like Spirit's really asking you to wait and be patient right now. Again, they're trying to weave what's going on in the back end for you. They're trying to make it happen for you. But I feel like, so to distract yourself, let yourself get into that creativity. Let yourself do some restful activities. Maybe some self-care is in order. Maybe trying to lighten things up a little bit. I feel like Nine of Wands is like, take the rest when you need it and then come back to it. You know what I'm saying? Also, boundaries. It's like you really need boundaries with yourself, or you've learned how to really have boundaries with yourself or boundaries with others, right? Boundaries aren't meant to keep people out. I feel like you've had to be really, really defensive though in the past. Like you're afraid to let people in. You're afraid to let this person in, or you're afraid to let people in. And Spirit's like, shh, just wait a second. Just wait a second. So I feel like, yeah, I feel like some of you have definitely gone through some type of a tower. We'll get clarification on that. You've gone through some of a type of a tower, and it shifted your perspective. Ace of Pentacles. Ace of Pentacles in the present. I feel like because you did slow down and rest, and you were able to take a little bit of more, maybe time, like time for playful activities, time for creation, time for doing things just for the sake of doing them, right? And now all of a sudden in the present, I feel like some new opportunities are popping up. If they haven't already started to pop up, they are going to pop up. I feel like for some of you, this could involve children on some level, or some type of a younger person. This could definitely involve travel for some of you. I've got the Eight of Wands in the back end energy. I feel like these opportunities are going to present themselves to you, but you need to be in a state of like an Empress state, very receptive, very comfortable, very calm, very receptive, right? Confident in your abilities. It's like, keep your mindset playful and light, right? Playful and lighthearted. This is definitely relationships too. I feel like maybe a new relationship connection is coming in, maybe a friend, or like also I'm picking up definitely like a love interest. You could be dealing with a Taurus or a Libra, but the Empress is ruled by Venus, and that's all about relationships, right? Lisa, hi baby. I'm so glad that you're here. Awesome, awesome sauce. I feel like in the present, definitely, I'm going to get clarification on the tower, but I feel like you're really coming into your own with the judgment card. You're really, really anchoring into trusting yourself, letting go of the past, letting go of this old way of thinking. Like, again, Eight of Swords and the Page of Swords being up in your head all the time. I feel like there was some gossip or there was some worry. Like, I feel like like I heard rigid and inflexible. I feel like maybe you were dealing with somebody that was rigid and inflexible, and it really put you off. Maybe you were maybe for some of you, you were being rigid and inflexible. Things weren't panning out your way. Um, but I feel like, again, it's just a call for boundaries, better boundaries with yourself, anchoring and trusting yourself and your own capabilities and things and how to execute, right? So in the future, I feel what's happening in the future, we're definitely going to need to get clarification because I've got two big whammies out here with the tower and the death card. But I feel like when you finally, anchor into your Empress energy right now and you slow down and take care of yourself, you keep that mindset clean and right, with that Ace of Pentacles, right? Focus on what you're trying to build and creating, being confident. It's coming from your heart space. It's coming from a place of knowing your worth. It's coming from a place of trusting in yourself and your capabilities and your skills, and knowing that what you bring to the table is definitely a value, right? So I feel like when you can get into that spot when you're in a more receptive spot and you're noticing and recognizing those opportunities, I feel like with the Pluto card, it's like a moment of release is what's coming through, a moment of release, like really embracing everything for what it is, right? The death and rebirth cycle. It's like a sense of renewal coming through, a sense of renewal, like you really standing in your power, you really standing in your femininity. And like this can be for men or women. You know what I mean? We all have masculine and feminine energies within us. But I feel like there's definitely some type of I'm hearing like acknowledgement. Like I feel like you're embracing, I feel like you're embracing some of the inner shadow within yourself, or some of the things that you've been trying to repress or oppress or hide, and you're letting that come through. You're expressing it. You're learning how to express yourself. You're learning how to trust yourself. You're learning how to give yourself permission to enjoy life. You know what I mean? And let the light lead you, let your heart lead you. I feel like that's part of this death and rebirth process, because you can see the Knight of Swords is like in a very defensive, like I'm on guard, I'm ready to attack kind of energy, right? Where the Page of Cups is more holding out that cup of love, holding out the cup like, hey, I'm ready to share myself. I'm ready to be vulnerable. I'm ready to be playful and loving and kind and curious and like receptive, right? Where the Page of Swords is more like super on guard and just so defensive. It's like, you don't have to be. I kept hearing that rigid and inflexibility. Like you don't have to be anymore. I feel like that's part of your rebirth process. I feel like with the Knight of Wands, behind that Page of Cups, it's like, it is easier to do that after healing, Sarah. You're so, so freaking right. It's like when you give yourself a minute to sit and feel it and heal it, right? Give yourself permission to rest. And again, like I was saying in the very beginning, like the energies of going from Pluto and Capricorn to the energies of Pluto and Aquarius are complete opposites. And so, it's like really anchoring into honoring the cycles and rhythms of your body, honoring the cycles and rhythms of your spirit and your emotions and your feelings. Rest when you need to rest. Go have fun when you need to rest. Give yourself permission. The inbox is always going to be full kind of energy. And I feel like that's why the Knight of Wands is showing up. I've got the Knight of Wands here in the future coming in the next 2 to 4 weeks, and also the Eight of Wands in the back end energy. For some of you, definitely going to be traveling. Others of you, there could be definitely some type of a move or relocation. But I feel like I'm really getting this sense of you letting yourself have fun, letting yourself be spontaneous, embracing that energy, the passion of the Knight of Wands. Maybe for some of you, there may be some type of a new, romance or like a lover, not necessarily a long-term relationship, but an opportunity to experience that if you've not been giving yourself permission to do that. You know what I mean? You guys, I hope that that was meaningful in some level for you in terms of the initial tarot spread. I'm going to leave the initial tarot spread here. If this is where we leave it, thank you so much for being with me. Otherwise, you know, let's go ahead and dive into it with the actual clarifications right now with the tarot, my loves. Again, these are timeless readings. Take what resonates, leave the rest on the table. Always going to have timestamps in here with the replay to make it easier for you to click and go to whatever places or revisit as you feel called to do so, right? So let's see. I'm not even going to Josh. I want clarification on the tower in the back end energy spirit. What, first of all, part one of two questions. When did this tower happen? Was this a tower in the past? Are they towering out right now? Or is the tower coming in the future? Give me something like that's going to resonate for me that I'm going to understand for them, please. And thank you. We want time frames. We want time frame, spirit. Yeah, after all the work I get to play, hell yeah. I mean, like, I'm even struggling with that myself right now, is learning. It's like I was just saying yesterday as I was journaling, like, I'm ready to live my life, like, enjoy life and savor it. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't have to be all about healing and depth work all of the time. Like, that doesn't have to be the primary focus. Like, it's a very spiritual thing, and it's part of our spiritual lives to be able to, like, really, enjoy the material realm, enjoy earth for what it is. It's just finding the balance and not being like, too much of one or the other, right? All right, show me that tower. Where did where has the tower occurred for the viewers? Please and thank you. And it's not like it's anything to fear. The tower comes in, it's really just divine intervention, taking away people, places, environments, hate, habits, behaviors, thought processes, belief structures that truly cannot go with you, that are holding you back from moving forward. So it's actually a really good thing, although it doesn't feel like that when it's actually happening. You know what I mean? I get it. Okay, here we go. 3, 2, and 1. Judgment. Okay, back into energy. What else? 4 of Cups. Yeah, I feel like, okay, 8 of Wands, 7 of Pentacles. Okay. Yeah, I feel like for some of you maybe feeling like you're towering out right now in the present whenever you're reading this. Maybe you're reading right now. I don't know. Maybe you're having a reading. Maybe you like a reading with me so I can tap into your energies one-to-one. The booking link is down in the description box, by the way. Wink. Anyway, I feel like some of you are in this place right now where you're going through the tower right now. And again, that's for some of you. Maybe you already have been through the tower, but for some of you, it's definitely happening in the present. And it's really giving you this shift, a very big shift of perception on what is truly valuable to you, what is truly worthy of your attention and your energy right now. And I don't think that that is being up in your head worrying about what other people are thinking, or even the people that are gossiping, or shit talking about you, right? Or worse, shit talking about you. Like, it's finally like you really releasing and letting go of that. Because with the 4 of Cups, like, he's rigid and he's inflexible right now. He's sitting there with his arms crossed, and he's just like, really like, man, this really sucks right now. I'm worried about the past. I'm worried about the past repeating, right? Or I'm so worried about the future. When are the resources coming in? When is the guidance coming in? When is the answers coming in? And so with his attention being so focused on the past, or so worried about what's coming in the future, he's missing that cup, my loves. He's missing that guidance. He's missing that offer, that opportunity, right? Or the ability, this cup of love for some of you. It's really truly like, look, just really try to be anchored in the present, and pour that cup of love onto yourself. It's time to take better care of yourself and love and nourish yourself. You know what I mean? It's like, this Judgment card is really truly about you being reborn. It's about you ascending. It's about you coming into a different level of understanding about who you are and honoring that, and really, truly, forgiving others, forgiving yourself, being accountable for your own role in things, and realizing that this is literally just a stage, and you are the star in your own, you are the star of your show. And these people, places, and things that are around, these are the actors, these are the props, these are the things that are really helping you to come into that place of enlightenment, to come into that acknowledgement and awareness. I feel like I'm just rambling. I hope this makes sense. But the judgment card is really about you honoring the lessons and the blessings in your life, and being able to release the emotions and the feelings that you're giving yourself permission to feel finally, and release it so that you can move forward. And here's one other thing. It's celebrating that as a win. It's celebrating your successes and also celebrating what we perceive as a failure, because there's totally purpose in both. There is purpose and there is lesson in both of those things, because that's what helps us to propel. It helps us to prepare for the next level. It helps us to propel forward, and it helps us to share those lessons. And whether we're teachers or we're healers or we're just doing it through our living as an example, right? So yeah, I really like that energy. So that Tower card being clarified, like it's trying to teach you to stay anchored in the present and to stop worrying about the past, to stop letting the past, take hold of you and power over you. You know what I mean? So give me more information on this Eight of Swords. What's happening with the collective for this Eight of Swords, please and thank you. I'm hearing you're breaking free. Some of you are breaking free from a group think. Some of you are breaking free from group think. Some of you, this is about you knowing you have the power and the ability to save yourself. You have the power and ability, like the Eight of Swords. You can see the swords are not fully encased around her. She can literally, and the bandages around her torso are so loosely wrapped. She can literally break free from that, just like Wonder Woman does in the old 70s sitcoms, right? Or the 80s, right? She breaks free from the people that are trying to like hold her hostage, right? Herself. And she rips off that thing over her eyes, and she can see, wow, I can step right out of this. I can step right out of these swords anytime, taking the power back, taking your power back and walking away from whoever or whatever. So this is actually a really beautiful thing. Show me more detail about the Eight of Swords, specifically what was going on for that collective, please and thank you. 3, 2, and 1. I heard moving too fast, moving too fast. Strength card. Ace of Wands. I like it. It's like a big breakthrough. Yep, taking your power back, man. Ace of Swords on the bottom of the deck. It's like, I feel like with the strength, the Eight of Swords with the strength card and with the Ace of Wands, it's like, this is for some of you totally about you coming into an understanding of just how powerful you really are. Coming into an understanding of how courageous you have been in the past, all of the things that you've gone through, that you've been through, all of the lessons that you've learned. You know what I mean? It's also about like, man, because of that, because you've actually embraced your shadow in the past, because you've actually embraced it, and like you're healing that part of you, like you're not ashamed of yourself. You're letting it come forth, man. You know what I mean? You're not hiding it anymore. It's like you took action. Sometimes inaction is action, my loves. Sometimes resting is like the most bold move you can make in a world that glorifies burnout. But I feel like with the strength card, this is about you really truly coming into knowing what your capabilities truly are, and really integrating your masculine and feminine energy. And look at how soft. Look at how soft and loving that she is, the divine feminine. This is a divine feminine card. This is something with that lemon skate above, with that infinity sign above. Every single one of us has to learn how to find our calm and our center within, and be able to recognize when we're not in that place, and not judge ourselves or be hard and critical on ourselves for it, but just to learn how to get back to it. Because when we can be anchored, we can provide our own security, when we can provide love, deep, deep love and understanding for ourselves, we can tame that beast of a shadow and harness the power of that shadow for good. Do you know what I'm saying? So a lot of you, through doing that, by freeing yourself, it's just a massive, massive, huge breakthrough. And I want to say Congratulations. I hope that you're celebrating yourself. It's really, really important that you acknowledge all of your accomplishments. You don't need accolades from other people, man. And I feel like because you're getting into this receptive mode, you're able to receive downloads. A lot of you are going to be receiving downloads if you already haven't done so. That guidance that you've been waiting for is going to come through as soon as you slow down. Speaking of, show me more energy about this Empress and this Ace of Pentacles. Give me clarification in the present right now, Spirit. What is coming in? What more do we need to know about in terms of that Ace of Pentacles and the Empress energy? Help me understand for the viewer, please, and thank you, Spirit. 3, 2, and 1. I'm hearing for some of you a need to go outside and get grounded. Okay. Yeah, so the Ace of Pentacles and the Empress, it's like what's happening right now. I've got the 9 of Wands coming out again. So the 9 of Wands showed up in the past, and the 9 of Wands again. It's like you're secure with yourself in terms of boundaries with other people. But I'm picking up the sense that you need better boundaries with yourself and with like the inner demons, the inner dragons, like the self-speak, the self-talk, right? And that can also be what the Ace of Pentacles can be like. It's like instead of worrying about what's happened in the past or what's coming in the future, what are you trying to create and build now? What are you trying to attract now? Like focusing on the good things, focusing on the blessings, focusing on, the things to be grateful for, right? Keeping that mindset clean, boundaries with yourself, resting when you need to rest, and then keep moving forward. This is the spiritual warrior badass showing up, right? And so I feel like the plans are happening. The plans that you've got, okay, the abundance is coming in. It's a matter of staying focused on the blessings, focused on what you are grateful for right now. I feel like whatever plans that you've got, like whatever you're cooking up for some of you, like what you're already building. It's like knowing what the distractions are and like walking away from the distractions. Like she's looking up at the fruits and she's so grateful for all of that nourishment and that abundance that's like pouring and showering. He's smiling. He's harvesting the honey, the milk and honey. It's all coming in. It's all coming in. It's like the bees, just be happy with where you're at right now. Coming into radical acceptance of where you're at right now and focusing on the here and now is going to basically bring you to achieving what most think is impossible. You're making it possible, man. Limitless possibilities. And so the Queen of Pentacles, again, abundance, the rabbits multiplying, very plentiful. The flowers, you're blossoming. Even if it doesn't feel like you're blossoming because you're waiting for that guidance, or you're waiting for that call, or you're waiting for that response, or you're waiting for whatever it is that you're waiting for, it's being divinely weaved in the back end. Okay. And progress is being made. Even if you feel like it's not, it is. There is progress being made when you are at a standstill, resting. Because sometimes it's not time to take the action yet. Sometimes it's just time to just be. Remember the bees? I'm getting really dizzy with that right now, like a 6 chakra squeeze. It's like your abundance is coming in. That job offer is coming in. That new project, that ability to move forward is coming in, but it's coming in at the right time, because if you move on it too quickly, if you move on it in an appropriate time, it's not going to pan out the way you wanted it to. And sometimes how we think things should pan out, something even better is going to pan out. Like we can't fathom it at the level of consciousness that we're at in that moment. And that's okay. That's okay. She's confident. Look at her. She's sitting with her knee up. She's sitting in that big, comfy, cushy chair. She's smiling. She knows her worth. She knows what she brings to the table. This is what is coming through for you right now in the present. What that tower is showing you. Again, that Eight of Swords, you freeing yourself, you seeing how strong and powerful you really truly are, because Spirit wants each and every one of us to see that within ourselves, especially moving into the Aquarian age, to let our truest self come up forth so that we can really bring our true skills and capabilities, uninhibited co-creation, wild and free. So she moves slowly because she is confident. She's very similar to the Empress energy, Mother Earth. Very, very loud for me, for some of you to get outside more. If you feel called to be out in nature right now and your mind is telling you not to be out there, that's your ego. That's the old way, like fighting its way. That's Capricorn rigidity and inflexibility. And, no offense, Cappies out there, right? Because the Queen of Pentacles can represent Capricorn energy too. But it's like Mother Earth is calling you to get out there, to find that center and get grounded. That restful, that playfulness. Get out and play. Get out and get physical. Move your bodies. Enjoy life. Live life through your senses. Look how beautiful that looks. The flowers and the grass and the rivers and the streams, hearing the sounds, smelling the smells. I don't know about you, but I love the smell of fresh cut grass. And I know that, north it's getting cold and whatnot. But what about the beautiful leaves, the colors of the leaves in the fall, and the crispness, the crisp briskness, of the air. I'll dance inside though. I freaking love that. Look at it, maybe in Florida outside it's first, but I know, I'm like, that's what I'm trying to say. Even if it's cold outside, it's like bundle up, like let yourself get in your comfy. I loved hoodies. I still love a good hoodie. I'm wearing a hoodie still. It's not thick material, it's thin. But I'm just like, hell yeah, it's 68 degrees this morning. I'm putting my freaking thin ass hoodie on and I'm going outside and it's still chilly out. But you know what? I'm still going out there because you're still going to reap the benefits, whether you're barefoot on the grass or not. So that could be where our creativity could really be inspired. You never know who you're going to meet. You never know who you're going to meet, who you're going to run into by taking that walk, by going to that park, by going and checking out new places that you've never been. Do you know neuroplasticity, like the growing and the development of new brain cells, new neuronal pathways, that happens when we travel, when we take day trips, when we go to that new store, when we go to a store that we've never been to before, when we go to that new, I mean, I'm a registered nurse and I love neurology. But that creates new brain cells, that stimulates new paths, new ways of thinking. Like if you allow yourself to listen to your inner guidance and go do that new thing, you never know what new paths or new opportunities Ace of Pentacles are going to present, right? If you do the same old, you're going to get the same old, right? So yeah, I like that for you. Let's get some guidance on this death card. What's happening with this death card? I think we all know by now what's happening with Pluto, right? But from a more personal perspective, what's happening right now? I'll dance inside though. I love that. And that's a great point to bring up, Sarah, because dancing is one of the best. Spirit loves art and music and creativity and dance. And if you can give your soul, if you can let your soul lead you in dance, ecstatic dance, put your favorite jams on and dance. It's a great way to shift your energy. It's a great way to transmute and go from one emotion or feeling to another, right? So the Nine of Pentacles came out to clarify the death card, Scorpio energy in the future, what's coming in the next 2 to 4 weeks, right, my loves? It's like, look at the peacock on here. This is really about you. Get ready to shine, baby. Get ready to freaking shine because you are going to be shining so bright. I feel like your perspective between that tower and this death and rebirth cycle, like you are, I know nines, it's like endings, man. This ending of this old way of being, or this ending of a relationship, this ending from that group think, this ending from that job, whatever, it's all shifting. And like, you're going to recognize these opportunities. You're going to basically be able to stand, like this guy knows his worth. He's confident. Some of you are recently going to be becoming single, and that's okay. Embrace it. Again, If someone is not resonating with who you really truly are, when you let yourself really be who you really truly are, and you let your authenticity and you've got your boundaries and your confidence, and people start falling away, let them fall away, like the good old Mel Robbins says. Why would you want people around you that don't resonate with who you really truly are? Isn't it just freaking exhausting trying to keep up with the Joneses? Isn't it just freaking exhausting to try to keep people in your life? Hell yeah, it is. Let them go. Let yourself feel the feelings when they go. But at the end of the day, what's really happening is you're making room for people that are actually aligned with you and that resonate with who you truly are at your core to come in. I mean, I don't know about you guys, but I'm looking forward to that. I'm already meeting people, new people, wink, wink, you know who you are, that man, I can just be myself with. I can just be myself with. Like, I don't have to worry about hiding. I can just let all the ugliness come out or let all the wildness and optimism come out. And they're going to accept me for who I am. They're going to tell me when I'm out of line and I'm going to respect it. And I'm going to tell them when they're out of line and they're going to respect it. Right? So I feel like this whole new level of abundance is coming in. I feel like this whole new version of you is emerging. That red in the background for the chakra, the root chakra, you're going to be feeling so much more secure with yourself, valuing yourself, honoring your unique gifts and skills, right? The coins are coming, baby. The coins are coming too. Like when you are doing things with with the intention of just really truly being helpful, and you're really just wanting to help other people, and you're really creating products and offerings and services that are really honoring your soul's calling, and it's just like it's coming from a good place of intention, like you're not trying to screw people over. Like that's when your abundance comes through. You know what I mean? So I like that. All right, I feel called to get final guidance. What's the final guidance or action for these guys, these beautiful, beautiful people moving forward over the next 2 to 4 weeks, Spirit? How do they get to this place? What can they do? I just heard like, watch out, you're ready. Like you have the skills, you have the tools of discernment. Like listen to your body wisdom when new people come in. Like don't be afraid is what's coming through. Don't be afraid. Like you have the gifts of discernment and the ability to like receive your inner guidance. Like you're going to know, it's going to feel, if it feels yucky, it is. Hierophant. Okay, more Taurus energy. For some of you, that's like some type of a new commitment coming in. I feel like for some of you, it could be some type of a new relationship coming in, or an up leveling of a coming in. It's coming in fast. For some of you, this is like a whole renewal. Like it's a renewal. For some of you, it's a renewal of your, like you're recommitting to your spiritual path. For some of you, for others of you, you're recommitting with a different perspective, like you know what your worth is, like you found the key codes to like providing that security and your own inspiration, like your own cheerleader now. And so this is you're going to be able to recommit to this project or to this new job or to your job, whatever it is, this relationship, like you're going to be able to recommit to it with a completely different perspective, a much healthier, like interdependent type of perspective. For others of you, there's definitely some type of a new commitment coming in. Give me more information on the Hierophant. I feel like there could be a Taurus coming in. You could be dealing with a Taurus right now that is maybe going to be wanting to, there's the Empress again. So yeah, you could be definitely, for some of you, there could be a pregnancy coming in or an ability to get pregnant over the next 2 to 4 weeks. So if you're not looking to get pregnant with a newborn, take the precautions, my friends, okay? For others of you, I feel like you're definitely some type of a relationship's about ready to birth, like a commitment. Again, it could be Taurus or Libra, very, very loud. For others of you, I feel like you're going, because of this commitment to yourself, for some of you making a commitment to yourself to come in and save yourself, and you're not betraying yourself anymore. 9 of Wands, you freed yourself, right? Strength card, Ace of Wands, like you know your power, this courageous action. For some of you, your abundance is coming in. There's the 5 of Pentacles. You know your worth. overarching energy of that. This Hierophant, that renewed commitment to yourself, bringing in your abundance. Whatever it is that you're going to be working on, there's going to be some type of a new opportunity related to it, or like some type of resources coming in with it, with that Empress. What else, Spirit? Anything else? Restful activities. 3, 2, and 1. If you're still with me, you guys, thank you so much. Totally appreciate it. I appreciate you and the energy that you put into this and the time that you spend with me here and with this community. So thank you very much. If this is resonating for you on any level, please drop something in the comments. I love to interact. Again, if you feel called, feel aligned with my energy, and you'd like me to tap into your energy specifically, booking link for readings is in the description box. You can follow that link for all of my live events. I have a new link on there for just Zodiac readings. You can access the Zodiac reading playlist from that link as well. All of my socials. 3, 2, and 1. Moon card. Yeah, I was hearing new moon. Time for like manifesting. You can manifest healing. Did you know that? You can also, you don't just have to manifest material things with manifesting with the new moon cycles and the full moon. You can actually manifest healing. You can manifest ascension. You can manifest releasing things, old things as well. But I feel like something about the moon energy, the new moon coming in on December 1st. I feel like this is definitely like you really honoring your emotions and feelings. Like, I feel like Spirit's asking you to please honor yourself and honor your cycles and honor your emotions and feelings, like all of them, desirable and the undesirable. Let yourself feel what you need to feel, and there's something that's going to be illuminated in this next new moon and full moon cycle for you guys. So be on the lookout for that, but don't be like hyper focused on it. Just like sink into your Empress energy, right? I do feel called to ask for Oracle here, surrendering. What does this collective, what do they need to surrender to or surrender in order to move forward with ease on this transition? Sounds like you guys are definitely transitioning from one way of being into another. For others of you, transitioning from one type of job to another, career to another, relationship. What does this? Okay, thank you, Spirit. Surrender resentments. That's huge. That's part of that Judgment card. Definitely part of that Judgment card energy. Resentments are going to hold you back. Resentments are going to resist the abundance coming in, my loves. Resentment can also end up, if you don't release the resentment, those feelings and emotions of resentment, forgive those people, right? It doesn't condone anything. It just allows you to release that type of resentment. It's like resentment can show up and present as a physical ailment, a chronic illness. It can show up as you becoming injured because you're not paying attention. It can block you off from healthy opportunities, healthy interdependent relationships. Those new relationships that want to come through are not going to come through until you release that old, right? It says holding on to resentments only poisons you. Try and forgive others for their shortcomings and keep moving forward towards positive situations in your life. It's really, really good. It's like that throat chakra. This is like that blue color and the red color. It's like be secure enough with yourself to let go of it, right? Forgiving doesn't condone. Be secure enough with yourself to speak and honor yourself, the truth, and like let go of it. What else, Spirit? What other things do they need to surrender? It is toxic and poison. 3, 2, and 1. Surrender to joy. Surrender to joy. What was I talking about earlier with the Empress? It's like surrendering to joy and playfulness and lightheartedness. Like it doesn't always have to be about what do I need to fix? What's the next problem to fix? It doesn't always have to be about the healing journey or the spiritual journey in terms of, I got to get through all of this stuff so quickly. No, that just can all come and flow naturally. And you can actually have, experiences, joyful, playful, happy experiences, and still learn from that and ascend from that as well. Right? It's like, let yourself be lighthearted and free. A key to positive change in life is to let joy in and savor it. I think I was talking about that earlier. Like, indulge in random acts of smiling during both the hard and easy times. Keep surrendering to more joy. Like, I heard it from MJ on Soulful Revolution. And if you don't watch MJ at Soulful Revolution, please hit up her channel. She is absolutely freaking amazing. I actually learned tarot through her tarot mastery certification course. I passed the class. I finished my practicum. I'm just waiting for the next steps in terms of shouting it out to the rooftops. But she was just speaking on this the other day about the part of the spiritual path, part of staying in this 5D perspective and not being anchored, into this 3D perspective, like all of the resentment and the bitterness, all of the infighting, all of this, people judging and being so harsh and critical, all of that gossiping, right? All of the bullshit. It's like, stay out of that. We constantly must choose joy. And that's a very spiritual thing to do. And that's not bypassing anything. It's like choosing joy despite your external circumstances, even if they're not the best right now. Still finding the things to be grateful for, the things to be that through all of those circumstances, there is always a purpose in the pain as well. But choosing joy despite it. It's giving me 2 of Pentacles cards. That's the spiritual way, baby. That's the spiritual lifestyle, choosing the joy. It's not about bypassing. It's choosing joy and being joyous and celebrating the fact that you're able to release resentment, that you're able to forgive and move forward. It's not bypassing anything. Surrendering your attachment to the results. Stop worrying about what it's going to look like in the end. Spirit already knows that. The plans are already made, baby. This is about you anchoring in and trusting in the path, trusting in the unfolding of it, trusting that you may not know what's best for you right now, but Spirit does. One last card I feel called to. What else? What's the final thing they need to surrender or surrender to, please and thank you? 3, 2, and 1. Ha! I love it. And this is all, oh my God, I have to take that too. It's like surrendering to play, surrendering to miracles. This is all about attracting abundance and really letting the divine feminine within you lead you. And again, this can be for men and women. We all have it. It's like surrendering to pray, taking a break from overthinking a goal, doing something fun. Play is a time of recreation and rejuvenation. I addressed this in the reading when we were talking about the Empress card in the present, that you're learning how to be confident enough in yourself to tell your mind to take a back seat. No, you know what? I don't need to burn myself out anymore. It's time for me to take a break. I'm feeling a little stuck in this process right now. I'm going to give myself permission and go to the park and take my dog for a walk. I'm going to give myself permission to go to that new art store, to go to that new art exhibit. I'm going to give myself permission to go listen to that freaking live music because it lights me the F up. You never know who you're going to meet. You never know what other opportunities are going to present themselves. You never know what you're going to learn from that experience. And surrendering to miracles, that's also about, I'm getting chills on that one on the tops of my thighs. It's like surrendering to miracles. It's like we are all each walking miracles. Literally, have you ever just thought about how the human body, the physiological processes of the human body work and how it works seamlessly together? Here's the science nerd in me. It's a freaking miracle. When you train your mind, and it's a process, when you train your mind to look for the miracles every day, the glimmers, that the smell of a fresh baked cookie, the way the sunlight glimmers over the water, that smell of cinnamon and a cider, the taste of cocoa with whipped cream, that phone call, that laugh with that friend of yours, These are glimmers. These are miracles. When you can anchor in and be grateful for those miracles and those blessings and those glimmers, you will attract more of it. You will start to see more of it over and over again. So, wow, this has been really impactful. I've gone on for almost an hour. It's almost 60 minutes on the clock. I think this is the longest live I've ever done. Thank you so much, Sarah, for being here. Still, our meat sacks, anyway. We are complicated computers, our meat sacks, anyways. Absolutely. And we have a divine internal operating system. That's how we receive our inner guidance, through our heart, through our soul, not through our heads. We use our heads to execute the actionable steps. That's it. But anyway, for those of you that are still here, whether it's live or it's the replay, thank you so very much. I love you so much. I feel like I'm channeling the Godfather. Mwah. Ends at 12:12 here. Oh my God, that's beautiful. I love that. I love that. You know what, you guys, thank you, thank you, thank you. If you feel aligned with me, my booking link is in the description box. It's like, do all the thingy mabobs, the likes, the follows, and subscribes, right? And until the next time, my lives, I do lives every Tuesday and Thursday, weekly at 12:12 p.m. Eastern, right here on the tube on YouTube. Until the next time, my loves, be well, love well, live well. I love you all so very much. Ooh, Goosey's on that one. Bye, Sarah. Bye, everybody else who's watching.